Stock market new highs. So let's review, let's go deep over the new highs in the stock market. Stock market new highs. So let's review, let's go deep over the new highs in the stock market. And $4,400 in profit today. We were live this morning in our mastery group with 400 people. So we took the overall ES and ES options long. We made 2,028.60, and we went long Netflix. 1951 Netflix has been on the tear this morning. You know what? The cool thing with this is that I don't pick and choose my trades. Those are all the accounts here live, see? So I have also a little bit of a loss on Baba, not a big deal, 334 bucks. See, when you keep your risk 10 to 1 to your winners to your losers, that's fine. That's called cash flow. So you still cash flow, especially when I made over $3,000 on the earning release on Baba. See our previous video on YouTube. So let's go over the stock market new highs. Let's go over the SPX. Let's go over everything. So on our retail side, you look at our tools here, and we have a sell zone. So let me tell you, sell zone we are looking to buy, right? Caution zone here, the orange, we are looking to do income trade because it's sideways. We expect sideways bound range, and that's what happened, see? So we know to sell income here and here. And now we are going to the buy zone, and we are making all-time high. So we are very, very close to an all-time high on the ES, which is the 2878. But the SPX itself has made a new all-time high. If you go to our full pro tool, the SPY just made an all-time high. So all-time high on the SPY, all-time high on the SPX, and we are waiting to see here if the ES can take the all-time high. So all of this is giving us new, very important support and resistance on the market. We'll look at the gold, we'll look at the crude, and we'll look at the bonds, because those are going to be, in my opinion, critical. Okay, also the gold has exploded for the past 2 days. It went from 111 to 115 almost. Okay, so you got to keep an eye on the bond, on the gold and the silver as well. So if we look at the full pro tool at this juncture, I'm looking now at this 2850 area to be a huge support to the market. So the market has 2850, 2875, right? Whether it's SPX and ES right now, 2885, right? And the 2900, okay? And so this is where we are right now, 2875, 2900 range, okay? So this is the expected range that I see for September right now, right? And if you look also at the open interest, and you look at the calls where they are selling the calls for September. So you can look at September, you can look at January. I kind of like to look both. See here, 1,937 contract at 2930 on the ES, right? And of course, the round number, the 2900. And now look, we go down, and this become a huge support, this 2850 in the market here, okay? So look at the open interest, right? And you see this 2900, right, is going to be a big problem. So 2900, 2920 coming would be a big problem for September. Big support here at this 2850 area, okay? This is where you see the most put being sold here, 9,000 contract on the 2850 strike. So I want you to be clear before I move on to the bonds and the crude here, that the new range is going to be like this. This is going to be our new box. 2875, 2850, we break the 75, and that's where we are right now. We go 2900, the round number, 2925. Okay, and you should expect resistance here after that. Okay, so new highs in the market. That being said, some stocks are not making new highs here yet. They are not following up. Apple has not moved all week. Facebook has not moved all week. If anything, Facebook is weak, right? So just FYI, Netflix is coming back towards resistance. So to me, the 365, 375 is a short on Netflix. So I let it go back to resistance. BABA has been weak. It looks like BABA could go from my two analysis this week. Stock analysis could go to the 166, 160, and buyer should come around there. If not, that will be the 140. So I'll accumulate BABA's position on the long side around 165, 160, 140. Okay, now let's go into the bonds. So the Jackson Hole came this morning, you know, and I'm looking at this area on the bond to be a big problem. And this is going to be where the rubber meets the band. This range that we have rejected over and over again as we claim new highs from February in the market. So this area of 146, 147, I expect this to be a big problem on the bond. And I think the bond, the next 2 weeks are going to be all about bonds. Are we coming here and we are very close and rejecting again? Okay, if bond goes up, rate goes up. Okay, so bond goes down, rate goes up. Okay, so I'm looking at resistance on the bond between that 146, 147. Let's move into crude. So crude is going back up in sympathy with the overall market. Look at the MACDs, they just recrossed the MACDs on the daily on the upside. Those are MACDs that are coming back to resistance on the zero line here. So this is going to be a moment of truth. The first big resistance for the crude is going to be that 69.55, right? So I have a 69.55, right? And the 70 area. So this is the two. And then otherwise shoulder here, head here, shoulder here. So where would be the shoulder? Would be the 72.75. So between 69.55 and 72, let's say 55, those 3 points, I'm looking for the crude to go back here, reject, and back down. You see, it's like a ghost. Ooh, head and shoulder, boom. Okay, so I'm looking at this 69.55, 72.55 reject on the bond. Right now it's going up because the market is making new high. It's going with the market. Okay, now interesting for the day, last but not least, before I let you go for the weekend and start your new week, because you'll get this video on Sunday as the new market high, stock market high video. Now, look here, a couple of things. The gold is waking up. Gold was at about 111 2 days ago, and it recaptured a little bit. SLV recaptured a little bit, 2%, almost up 2% today on the gold. That being said, I was talking to my guys this morning and I said, look, who cares? The gold goes up, GLD goes up, GLD goes down, and people say, oh, buy some gold for defense. Look, at the end of the day, if you want to defend, you know, anything, be short. At one point, if we top this market, right, you short the ES, you short the SPX, you short the crazy high P stocks like Netflix, as we've done. Netflix as becoming one of our biggest winner for the year, right? At the 375 area, I will look at a short on Netflix, okay? So let them go up on Netflix. As a matter of fact, it's fine. I've made money, as you've seen, $4,000 this morning, right? Total. And half of that is Netflix. So I don't care. I'll play them both ways. That's what we do, and reinvest that day trading or position trading money into wealth pyramid, into a compounded Warren Buffett style of 20%. Well, really aiming, you know, it's not easy to make 20% return on an account per year. So you want to aim for that 20%, 15, 20% if you can, compounded over 20 to 30 years, you know, you'll be a multimillionaire, you know. And if you can do more than that, right, you don't need 15 to 20 years. You know, it could be 10, 20, you know. So Segregate your accounts: position trading, day trading, investing, and creating true wealth with the compounded return to buy good stocks that compound over time and help you. So hopefully this video was helpful. This is an action video. I've not done action videos for a long time. I've done a lot of how-to videos that you can see now on YouTube. As always, your likes, your comments on the market right now, on the state of the market, is appreciated, right? As we make new highs in the market coming into September, October, which is kind of a funky period before we stabilized in November. And what are your feel of the market? What do you expect? And is 2019 going to be a year where we expect a market pullback or even a market crash? You know, just want your comments, your feel on everything. And as always, if you're interested in what we do, below the description below, you can get our 14 days trading challenge and get into our recorded webinars that gives you a lot of the how-to things that I do for the past 23 years, trading, investing, and creating wealth as a trader. That's what I've done all my life as an entrepreneur, to help you think wealth differently. Okay? And also, if you are part of our community, check below this video the link for the event that will happen next Tuesday as the final encore at 8 p.m. You take care, everybody. You have a great weekend and a great start of the week.